piece that hooks in, and once that's done, you put a couple of screws in, and it holds the door pretty well. So I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. The focus of this morning's video, though, is going to be doing the software install on your phone to make sure that you understand how to set this UTech up and how it works. So here we see the lock automatically locking by itself. We'll set up the options for that in the software in a little bit. And then you'll see the lock being opened with the code from the outside, and that code's going to be changed, obviously, but that's how you open it. So we're going to go to the App Store. If you see the icon on the screen now, that is what you want to click on. I'm sure you're used to it if you have Android. If you have iPhone, the app should also be in the iPhone store. It's the UTech app, and you will click on the App Store, and then you will find UTech, and then the next icon is going to be what appears on your desktop. The next, when you open the app, you will see there is a plus sign up at the top right-hand corner. You want to click on that plus sign to add a new device. So the next screen that you'll see is the device information, and you want to name the device. As you can see, I'm putting in the garage door. And that's from the garage to my kitchen. So I've named it the garage door, and if you have not got a default location, you can create the default location as well. One of the values of this is, let's say you have two houses. Some people do, some people don't, most people don't, but if you had two houses, you could have a separate location from your home and manage the locks there as well. We just have the one location, so we put it in the default location. Now you'll get a screen that asks you about the direction of the lock. This is very important because if you incorrectly set it, the lock will not engage as it's supposed to. So you want to make sure that the lock is in the locked position already, and then once you click next on this, then that will set it correctly. This depends on having Wi-Fi for it, because it's going to want to connect to the lock and allow you to manage it through your phone from anywhere. So you want to have a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi setup, as it says here. You will want to put the name of your Wi-Fi network in the top, and then put your password into the box, the second box there, and click next, and it should find your Wi-Fi at that point. Once you've gotten the Wi-Fi set up, you should then get the screen that you see here. You'll be able to then click on the lock and show and unlock it and lock it. If it takes a few seconds to connect, the first time that it connects to your Wi-Fi, it may take a little bit to connect to it, but once you're connected, you should be able to unlock it and lock it from your phone, and that will be available to you externally as well, so that when you're out and you need to allow someone to get into your house, you can allow them to get in. When you set up your account for UTech, be sure and set up a complex password, and use a password manager if you need to, because you want to make sure that people can't unlock your door, hack in and unlock your door. Hey y'all, this is Dean from Morgansoft. We ask you to please subscribe. Just hit the button and subscribe. So when you get the lock set up, what you want to do is you want to add a user to it, because if you're like me, you have a wife and or a husband, and you want them to be able to have their own key to it to get in. You can also set up specific keys for your specific lock codes for your children, so that they get in. Another value to this is when you set up a user, you can set them up as an admin or you can set them up as a normal user. The normal user doesn't have the right to get in the app and add more users or change things like the admin does. But here's the thing, you can also add a temporary password in, so that if, let's say, you have a contractor coming to work on your house, you can give them that code, and when they're done, you just delete the code and they won't be able to get in anymore. So it's a very valuable thing to be able to allow people in and set up their codes specifically. So now we have the settings screen for the lock, and I want to go over a few things here because I think they're very important. So you have the switch location. We talked about that, the default location listed at the top. You can turn on or off lock sounds so that when the lock closes, it'll sound like a lock closing. One thing you want to keep in mind is if you have dogs, it will drive them crazy. So that's why we turn ours off. Then smart notifications you'll get, it'll ask you and it will send you text messages or emails to get your smart notifications in as far as what's happening with your lock. The lock mode is normal. You can put it on disabled so that let's say you are having a date night and you'd rather not have your children come in the house while you're having your date night. You may want to turn that to disabled. So we have auto lock, and that's you've seen that earlier where the lock actually locks by itself, and we usually turn that on. There's also the option to put in a sensor on the door and the door frame, so that when the door locks, it will identify that there is a sensor. That you'll see at the bottom. Door sensor is unpaired right now because I'm not putting in one for my garage door, but you may want to put a sensor in for like your front door or your back door, something that opens and closes a lot, so that it will be able to sense when it's closed and then go ahead and lock it, right? And so it won't try to relock as long as the door sensor is not identified as being there, right? So you obviously need to have Wi-Fi enabled. You also have auto unlock. Now you can key this to your phone so that when you walk up, the lock will actually unlock for you as you come up. Whether it's a geofence where you set up the area around your home so that as you're driving up, the locks just come unlocked, or it's Bluetooth where you can, as you walk up to the lock, it will actually unlock for you at that point. It's a lot of really good data that you might want to do there to make it work the way you want it to, and so that hope that helps. To finish up, I showed you the timing on the auto lock, so you can change that from 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, up to several minutes. We usually, with the garage, we set it 2 minutes because we come in and out a lot in the garage, but we don't want it locking us out, so we have to unlock all the time. But again, it depends on your needs and your use case. Well, I just want to thank you for watching this to the end, and I would ask you to subscribe, and it will help our Morgansoft out. If you'll like this video and subscribe to it, that will help Morgansoft out to grow, and we appreciate your coming and listening to this. Thank you.